Shalom and greetings to you all. It's always a pleasure to be with you, and you must have noticed as I have the time is just rushing by this year. Before you know it, we're going to be at the High Holy Days, the 10 Days of Awe. But before we get there, we have two major events, although they're both considered relatively minor events, within a few days of each other. Coming up this week is going to be Tish B'Av, the 9th day of Av, the darkest day of the year. Not dark due to the sun, of course, but it's a negative day with a list of negative events that took place. It's considered the worst day of the calendar. It's a fasting day, a day commemorating the destruction of the temples and much more. And it's followed a week later by the Jewish Valentine's Day, the 15th of Av, Tu B'Av, the holiday of love. So make sure you get ready for that one. Now, we're at a turning point in the Bible. We're about to begin a new book, the 5th of the 5 books. Give yourself a pat on the back for making it this far. Congratulate yourself. Take some time to celebrate. Celebrate all the events, the large and the small. Encourage yourself and those around you to share in joys, large and small. Now, just as we as a group gather together in the collective consciousness of seekers showing faith and love, a community, a chavur of fellowship, expressing our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes that unites us all. It gives us pleasure when we get together to celebrate things in this community house of spirit, Beth Ruach, sharing, bringing light, helping keep fear at bay for everybody. So once again, please do go ahead, invite everybody you know, digitally, physically, psychically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever it takes for you, to gather and share from Psalm 133, the Hine Matov. Come together. Hine Matov, Benai, Shevet Achim Yachad. Hine Matov, Benai, Shevet Achim Yachad. How good, how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community, 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 together. So let's all spread love, goodwill, and fellowship, my friends, to the world. Remember, this is your setting aside just a little bit of sacred time in your own sacred space to honor and converse with whoever, whatever you happen to believe in. It's a part of your kavanah, your intention, and your intention is so crucial to everything. It's what you put out to the universe. It is your goodwill, my friends. So let's take some time now to send some of that goodwill, some light, some healing out to whoever you know that needs it. The world needs it for sure, but whoever you know. Healing renewal for everybody floats through space, finding those in need. So send it out for those you know and for the souls and spirits of everybody you love. Think of whoever that needs healing and renewal and love, or just plain goodwill. Focus on them. Call their names. It's not just for people. It's for our pets. It is for the earth. It is the healing of the world, the tikkun olam that's part of our spiritual genetic makeup. So let's send thoughts and energy for health and renewal for everybody in need, for those in our hearts and our minds. For the Star Master and Miriam, for Bob and Helen, for Karen and Tali, for Ryan, for poor Terry, and for the bee. Friends, it's the kindness, healing, wishes, goodwill, and love we all send out. It just circles the world finding those in need. So thank you, each and every one of you, for all you do, for all you care, because the world is a world of spirit, and spirit, my friends, never dies. Have a new Makor Haracha. May the source step straight. Bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage. Make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body. The renewal of spirit. Let us say, Amen. Yishubarach, let us all have our spirits renewed the world over. It's a great prayer for healing in which we call upon God to heal as He healed before. Yishubarach, may He who blessed, because all healing is a blessing. So let's send and receive healing and renewal energy in our efforts to love, to share, to care, to grow. Now we've turned the page on the book of Numbers. Now we begin a new book, the final book of the Torah, and a book that is different from all the others. As this week we begin devarim, the words, the book of Deuteronomy, which is a Greek word meaning second law, because it's a summary of much which has already come. But it's more than just a retelling of the law. It is Moses' farewell address. The man of few words at the burning bush has morphed into a man of the words of God. The journey's over. But what people often do not realize is the journey itself is the unifying element of the nation as it is in each of our own lives. It functions both through time, by its chronology of events, and space, by the geographical placement of the events along the route of travel, to organize the episodes into a cohesive story, a connecting line of cause and effect, so that they can be read both as individual stories and as a meaningful chain of events, just as your life unfolds. Now, the episodes of the journey described in the book of Numbers are actually much more clearly related to one another than those in the Epic of Gilgamesh, the first book, or the Odyssey, which we see as a story told in chapter, and is probably the greatest story of travel. Now, this journey has shown us a ragtag band turned into a nation. We see method to finding your way through growth, rebellion, reconciliation, social development, ethical law, spiritual practice, the things we each undergo on our very own individual journeys through life. Is it any wonder one of the most important prayers we often recite is the Tefillat Hadarech, the traveler's prayer. Yehi ratzon milfanecha Adonai Eloheinu v'Elokei Avoteinu shtolkeinu l'shalom. May it be your will, Lord, our God, the God of our ancestors, that you lead us towards peace. Guide our footsteps towards peace. Make us reach our desired destination for life, gladness, and peace. May you rescue us from the hand of every foe in ambush, from robbers, wild beasts on the trip, from all manner of punishments that assemble to come to earth. May you send blessing and your handiwork. Grant us grace, kindness, and mercy in your eyes and in the eyes of all who see us. May you hear the sound of our humble request, because you are God who hears prayer requests. Blessed are you, Lord, who hears prayer. Now may we all be led to peace, my friends, and may we all reach our desired destination for life. This is something you can say without traveling. It is about your journey through life. And we've taken it and made it a prayer for those who go away anywhere. The book of Deuteronomy pictures the last events of Israel's 40 years in the wilderness and the last events of Moses' life. It ends with Moses' death, which is the climax and culmination that the book of Numbers actually lacked. The people are at the end of the journey. They are located just east of the Jordan River, the border of their promised land in the plains of Moab. They are about to enter a new land and a settled life. And their leader is about to die. He pleads with God to let him cross over into land, but the Lord tells him not to talk to him about this. Moses gives a magnificent farewell speech, during which there's a review of history, a criticism of the people's unworthiness, then a lengthy list of laws, reviewing some old ones, adding some new ones, a list of blessings and horrible curses, and then a beautiful conclusion, encouraging, inspiring. And he ends with song. Now the acts of God, of Moses, and of the people now themselves become part of the background, and the foreground belongs completely to Moses' words. Words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither while they pass, they slip away across the universe. Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are drifting through my open mind, possessing and caressing me. Deuteronomy 1:1. These are the words that Moses spoke to all the Israelites across the Jordan in the wilderness. 11 days from Horeb by way of Mount Seir, and it was in the 40th year. Now, what a juxtaposition that is. Only 11 days that took 40 years. How do we interpret this? The irony, the waste, the necessity, the experience, the growth, the suffering, the need for a new generation who had not known slavery, the inability of humans to outgrow a trauma of mammoth proportion to an entire nation. What a metaphor for so many of our own individual lives. Now, the last verse in Numbers, was, these are the commandments and judgments that the Lord commanded by Moses' hand to the children of Israel. And the first words in Deuteronomy is, these are the words that Moses spoke to all of Israel. The difference between commandments and judgments and numbers and words in Deuteronomy marks an essential change. Commandments and judgments are laws. Now, in the last book of the Torah, Moses does far more than just give law. He gives history, law, great wisdom. And in places, especially near its end, it's beautiful, inspired, and inspirational poetry. Make no mistake, Deuteronomy is a book of words. Words, sounds. They're so important. They were the means of creation and the means of the great epiphany. In the beginning was the Word. And that Word went from God to us. Will you hold me so close that my knees grow? But my soul is flying high above the ground. Trying to speak, but no matter what I do, I just can't seem to make any sound. And you took the words right out of my mouth. Must have been while you were kissing me. Took the words right out of my mouth. And I swear it's true, I was just about to say I love you. Are there ever any greater words spoken than the words I love you? God loves man. All of mankind, even though the Tanakh depicts God as becoming more and more hidden over the course of history. The first books of the Bible, God appears to humans, is seen and heard everywhere. He's heard and seen at Sinai. He makes his presence known through miracles, through angels, through the column of cloud and fire. But these visible signs of divine action in history disappear from the story one by one. And in the last books of the Tanakh, there were no angels, there were no miracles. The words the Lord appeared to and the Lord spoke to do not occur to anyone. Moses becomes the last person God talks to. This book is designed around words, so that latter-day Israelites from the 7th century before the Common Era forward, listening to this book of teaching, Sefer HaTorah Hazeh, will feel that they themselves are reenacting that event. And we feel that way to this day. Yes, the world is sacred. So is everything in it. Express your gratitude, light a candle, make a wish. Celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free, be free. Honor your freedom, my friends. Be well, be happy, and be blessed. Share and honor the light, and all who live in the light and continue to shine. Continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace and freedom for everyone. And end to terror and hatred. Remember, friends, we are a community. We learn together. We celebrate each other. We love each other. We share this right together, men and women equally. So let's send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, goodwill, and healing to all who need it. And please do learn to forgive and learn to love, including yourself. Open your hearts and honor the relationships of your life. Tell those you love that you love them. Take advantage of the time you have. Enjoy the journey. We take the twists and turns and the patterns that we throw the fabric of our lives in our own efforts to grow, to learn, to be, to love. So please do love. God bless you all. Have a fantastic week, a week of love and light, a week of peace, a week of miracles. Examine your intentions and use them to imprint your will on the universe, because we set in motion everything that happens in our lives. Our intention, our kavanah, our cause, our effect, everything is linked. As I've said, you always have time to forgive and to be forgiving. You have the knowledge of what is good and bad, so acknowledge what you've done wrong to yourself, to God, and to any person you've wronged. Then ask forgiveness. But always do so with sincerity, with accountability, and with vulnerability. Forgive those who've hurt you as you learn to be forgiving and compassionate, because the secret of forgiveness, compassion, and peace is in acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people in the world as they are? Can you accept life as it is without trying to control it? If you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance brings. So do not stop your journey. Do not stop moving towards your own personal promised land. It is your home. Keep on dreaming, keep on being, keep sharing, keep shining, keep teaching, keep spreading joy and goodwill. Do not follow fear, follow love. It's always in front of you. And remember to have faith, an unwavering adherence to principle, just as I have faith, the principle of love, and all of you. Act with purity of heart and mind, despise none, defraud none, hate none, cherish all. Honor every child of God, every creature of the earth. May all people know peace in this year. May you nurture kindness and love everywhere. Work to be present in the body, expand the heart, quiet the mind, because the deepest source of real power lies in consciousness. and the ability to be mindful, aware, and present in all of life's circumstances. Make the most of your time in this life. Continue to touch and transform the lives around you because you're never alone. You're forever blessed and have the ability to bring blessings to everybody you meet. Health, love, and renewal to everybody you come across. We're all energy, and energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed. Your words, my friends, are your power to transform, to love, to bless. So be generous with them. Bless others and bless yourself in love with the heart because we're all part of a greater whole. Embrace love, not fear, forgiveness, not anger. Be there for someone because someone will always be there for you whether you know it or not. Continue to explore faith and belief and what they mean to you, and never accept shame as a natural state. Whatever you feel, others have felt. Whatever you've experienced, others have too. We share together. We learn together. We help each other. We're each of us trying to find love and acceptance and support we all have or could have. That special someone in our lives, so find them and tell them what they mean. And remember, you're never alone on your journey to your promised land. Watch your words. They can hurt you, they can heal you, they can imprison you, but they can free you. So keep forgiving those you need to forgive and keep asking forgiveness from those you need to ask forgiveness of. And listen to that voice of God as he, she, it talks to you. Talks to you now. Talked to you long ago on the mountain, telling you how easy the mystery of life really is. And remember, my friends, your words, the things that you say today, have meaning throughout your life. You say you will love me if I have to go. You'll be thinking of me. Somehow I will know. Someday when I'm lonely, wishing you were so far away, then I will remember things we said today. Remember what you say, my friends. Now, thank you for joining me. Be thankful, be gracious, be kind, be loving. You've still got time to enjoy the summer, so live life. Celebrate the great gift of freedom. Make it a part of who you are, and I will see you all soon. Shabbat Shalom and blessings to you all. You take care.